All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Uh, I thought it was the second tomorrow, but obviously it's April 1st, so April Fools. Ha ha! There's a spider on your back. Anyway, so second part of the areas is pretty quick and painless. We're going to talk about areas of trapezoids. So we have a trapezoid. We'll have the area of a kite and the area of a rhombus. So first of all, we have to go back and remember what those guys actually look like. Trapezoids, remember, you have to go back to, I think it was first semester we looked at a few of these things. Trapezoids had one set of sides that were parallel, and then they had the two legs. The parallel parts were called these guys were your bases, here and here. And then there was a height. And the height is always perpendicular to a base. All right, so here's base 1, and we'll call this guy base 2. So the area for the trapezoid is equal to 1/2 the height times the sum of the bases. Okay. The kite, I am so bad at drawing these, if you remember. If we draw this and just connect the sides, it's close-ish. Remember, the kite had two sets of congruent sides that were non-opposite sides. The diagonals were perpendicular to one another, and then the one that goes between the two angles that connect the two different sides, this guy is always bisected. A little FYI, that does show up. Now, the kite has two total diagonals. Okay? So when you use the diagonals for the area of a kite, it's 1/2 diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. It doesn't matter. This could be the diagonal 1, this could be diagonal 2, or vice versa. It doesn't make a difference. It just basically means multiply the two diagonals together and cut it in half. That's really all it is. All right. And then the last one, the rhombus, has the exact same formula as the kite. Let's see. Remember, your rhombus, you have all four sides that are the same. Your diagonals are perpendicular to one another, and they bisect each diagonal in a rhombus. Okay? Because the rhombus was a parallelogram, whereas a kite was not. So the area for the rhombus is also 1/2 diagonal times the other diagonal. Okay? So what I have now is I got a couple quick examples. Now make sure you've got these, add these three other formulas to what you have already, and then hopefully tomorrow what I want to do is I'll probably add one more shape to it, and we'll go excuse me, we will put circles in there, and then we'll do some composite figure stuff. So here's what I got. I didn't put any units on any of these for right now. I figured we're okay with having to worry about it. So we just have to understand what our shapes are. So in this case here, this is a trapezoid. So we have the area of the trapezoid. Remember, I always like to write out my formulas before I use them. 1/2 the height times the sum of the bases. Well, my height is the perpendicular between the two bases. So it's 1/2 8 times 5 plus 14. Once again, I can type it in my calculator exactly the way that it's written, because that's how I always like to write these things out. So 1/2 times 8 times 5, oops, should use parentheses there, sorry, 5 plus 14, and voila, I get 76 something squared. Okay. Second one I have up here, this is our kite. A lot of times with pictures like this, it'll show them off the diagram of where your diagonals are. So this one's representing the diagonal from here to here, and the 24 is representing the diagonal from here to here. So it's just, again, write it out, area of the kite, 1/2 diagonal times the other diagonal. So we get 1/2 of 24 times 13. Once again, go to my calculator, 1/2, 24, 13, type it like that. I can use multiplication symbols or parentheses. Either way, it will work just fine. And we get 156 something squared. Okay. Now, from here, go to the next one. This one, we have now a rhombus because we have all four sides that are the same, which means that we can also infer that we have right triangles here. Those are all, the diagonals are always perpendicular. We also know that the diagonals bisect each other, so that means if this portion is 8, this portion is 8. Also, if this part is 12, that means this part is 12. So it gives us two diagonals. One of the diagonals will be 16 when I add these two together. The other diagonal will be 24 when I add those two together. So, area of the rhombus. Again, 1/2 diagonal times diagonal. So I get 1/2 of 16 times 24. It's convenient. I already had 1/2 of 24 in there. Let's change that to a 16 and hit enter. We get 192 something squared. Okay. And then last but not least, we're back to another kite. Here we have a 6. Here we have a 10. This portion is 5, but remember, in a kite, this segment and this segment have to be congruent to one another because these guys always get this segment is bisected, so this whole diagonal will be 10. So you have one diagonal that's 10, and the other diagonal is the 6 plus 10, which is 16. So 1/2 10 times 16. 1/2 10 16, and you should get 80. Okay. Once again, the homework stuff that I have for you guys is I'll push it through again as another one of those formatives, so you'll be able to just go ahead and write on the screen, put your answers in on there. This one, today's doesn't have the multiple choice part to it. I know that was really easy to work through yesterday because I couldn't find enough examples that had some of these things to it. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes, I think it does. I don't know. I don't remember what class I'm talking to. I think this is geometry, right? Who knows? Oh well. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope that you guys are all staying healthy and all your families are doing well. Miss seeing you guys around. Try and stay out of trouble. Be kind to one another. Wash your hands. And, enjoy the day. We'll talk to you guys soon.